All right, babe, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, so you just shared with me about how when you're welding, there's a heat transfer and how you have to be very careful with heat transferring to other parts of the cars when welding. Can you just explain that to everybody, what you just shared with me? Because I thought it was super awesome tips.
Okay, so the reason I pull back the interior is because you get the heat transfer. You're not just welding on this panel. When you're welding it, you're heating it up, it's getting cherry red. The heat transfer goes to the back side of that panel. So if you're welding in an area that touches or is adjacent to the interior, such as this area right here, and there's interior, there's padding, there's jute, there's caulking, there's undercoating, there's all kinds of materials on the back side. If that heat transfer goes through and there's something there that's flammable, it will catch fire. So if you do that and you haven't removed the interior, the panels, the flooring, whatever, and you catch, if that starts fire, you're not going to be able to get to it. So I pull the interior back, I pull the flooring, the carpeting, the seats, whatever's in the way, the trim panels, I pull all that aside and pull it away so I can see where I'm welding. So when it transfers and that heat gets to the backside and turns cherry red, I can see that. And if there's a small fire starts or it gets smoldery, I can extinguish it quickly. It's very important that you do that. It's also very important, very helpful tip, that if you're going to be welding towards the end of the night, make sure you leave yourself at least a half hour from the time you finish welding to the time you leave, because if you do this and you got material on the backside, it starts smoldering and you don't know it, and you leave too quickly, you're gonna have a barbecue in the morning, and it's your boss or you or your client is not gonna be a happy camper. So very important things to know.
Yeah.
Some people do know, not everybody knows.
Yeah, so the other thing I noticed that you kept using your air tube. So what would be the point of using that?
Just to cool off the metal and to kind of extinguish anything that's cooking on the backside and here. You may have material on the backside, undercoatings or whatever. They may not be burning or in flame, but they're hot. So you still want to try to cool that down too. So it's always a good thing to have the air nearby, because sometimes you're busy doing your thing here and there might be something going on the backside that you don't catch right away. And when you look up and see it, or when you remove your helmet or your mask and you find that something's going on the backside that you don't want, you want something quick to help you pull it out. And it's always a good idea to have the fire extinguisher close by too.
Yes, and which we do.
Which we do.
Great tips. Awesome.
Going back to welding.
All right.